So the first thing that you're going to do is you're actually going to lay flat like you're doing Savasana. Just take a couple of deep breaths when you do that. Really feel every part of your body on the ground, wherever you are. And we're going to go into the Vartaniyev movement. So Vartaniyev is a somatics, like one of the first people that ever did somatics. You're just going to start to wiggle your feet. You can't see my feet, so you're going to wiggle your feet like this on the floor. Wiggle your feet, okay. That's starting to feel like let the synovial fluids in the joints loosen up. You can do a yes and a no. You can do circles. Really deep breaths all the way through. Feeling wherever your body needs. And once you're done with that, about a minute or two, you're going to bring your feet up from frog to sitting position. And what you're going to do is you're going to feel where your hips need to fall. There's a lot of staticness in this warm-up. So you're just going to sit. Feel the opening of the hip here. Good. And up. Another side and touch your head the other way. I don't think I said that. Great job. Big deep breaths. This is like, I do this when I'm groggy, like I don't use my voice at all. Just gonna keep going faster now, just to side, just feeling that hip wake up. Feeling the surface of the floor underneath the feet. And anybody can do this in variation if they need to. Alright, and drop it all the way down. And now what you're going to do is reach both sides of the body, the feet and the arms, as far as you can. Making a big X, big X, big X, big X, big X. And you're going to pull it all the way in and do a super, super tight ball. And you're going to reach out toes and arms. Ooh, let this sound come out. Yeah. In and open. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Big ball. This is the X in modern dance, if you didn't know. Squeeze, 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 and open. A variation of the X. Let the sound come up. You should feel this in your back all the way through your hands and just creepy crawly back to your ball. Great job. Open up really big and wide again on the X. And just give yourself a little wiggle jiggle. Make sure you're all centered. You can give yourself a wiggle jiggle all the way up the body. This time when you do it, you're going to go to whichever side you feel like you need it again. And you're just going to ball. And when you open, you're going to go to your belly. Reaching out your toes, reach in your arms and your fingertips. And relax. And now you're just going to put your hands in a T. You're going to let your neck relax to one side. Taking a couple deep breaths here. Careful not to fall asleep, especially if you're doing this really early. And switch the head. And believe it or not, this is just so good. Oh, wait till my head's over here. Yeah, this is so good for just like, how do I explain the body becoming cognizant of its environment. And when your whole body is on the ground, it just gets you grounded, like so grounded. Great job. Now, if you want, you can pull your hands a little bit close to you. And what we're going to do now, definitely do a variation of if you have lower back problems or even upper body. But it's kind of like a snake, only with the top half of your body. So you're going to move the marble and lift it, and then roll it back down. Good times. So the variation you can do with this is a small baby cobra. Feel free to do both if you want to. Great job. Now from this position, think about your hip bone being pulled back and flattening with like sitting on top of the toes, okay? So reach like that, okay? And go into child's pose. A really wide one is what I prefer. If you like them closer, you can do that. The reason I like a really wide one is it's a hip opener. And I feel like I can just really feel my shoulders on the ground. So you're going to reach all the way through your fingertips. And your shoulders are going to open up through there. And your big opening of the hips are awesome here. Good work. So in a way it kind of feels like yoga, right? But this is dance. This is somatic movement. And then go to the right. Hold. Go to the left. I forgot to say that one more breath. 3 breaths. Good job. To the middle again. If you want to have your head down, you can. Or up. This part, definitely do a variation of if you need to. I actually do it because of my neck injury. It's called the rabbit. I was taught to it by a friend that did yoga teacher training. So your forehead needs to be on the ground like this. Your hands give you stabilization. And what you're going to do is with the weight of just your body, no other pressure at all, you're going to roll up onto the top of your head like this. And then in as far as you can, completely straight. In as far as you can, completely straight. You should feel a really good stretch right here. Breathe through it and then roll down. And do it again. Time's a charm. Now, if you didn't feel it here and you felt it more here, you weren't doing it right. So definitely be very careful that you feel it here. And it's like a nice little stretch, like kind of like the one when you put your hand on your head and you look down. This one's a variation of that for sure. It's called the rabbit. Okay, good job. So now what we're going to do is put your hands straight out in front of you really long, really long, really long. And you're going to lift up from the hip the same way going back. Down and into cobra, the highest one. And back. And you can make this like really loosey-goosey. Like this is when your body is almost all the way awake. So you can do this like 3 or 4 times. And then on the last one, you want to pull into downward facing dog. I'm going to turn this way just for the sake of the video. But, okay. So you want to loosen your back all the way. If you don't know this one, you can like release. And then you scoop in and you curve as much as you possibly can. And then you release. Okay, so we're going to do that 3 times and with a circle variation. Just follow along. Breathe in, curve, 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 curve. Release. Breathe in. Release. Breathe in. Release. Do a big circle. This is somatic work here in the hips. It really helps to release tension that's stored. If you can go the other way, so you go this way, and then you go this way. Good work. So, so good. Really try and get your shoulders up as high as possible. Good. You should feel kind of warm. Okay, now what we're going to do is you're going to get your toes underneath you, like so. And we're almost done. Actually, reach back with your hips into downward facing dog. Downward dog. Good. And you're going to reach your shoulders through as far as you can. This is really important when you do downward dog. If you're like this, you're not going to get the full thing. You want to really drop your head through the shoulders. Feel those toes those heels almost touching the ground. Breathe through it. Breathe through it. Like to go onto the toes myself like this. If you cannot, that's okay. Just reach up as far as you can. And down. And then I like to bend my knees and straighten them. Good. If you would like, you can reach your one leg up and back. This will open the hip a lot. And up and down. Up and back. Up and down. Good. Now what I do here is I stick my hands and step them back. Or if I'm feeling froggy, I'll jump. So kind of a yoga move, right? Now hands fully flat on the ground if you can. You can touch your legs like this if you want. We're almost done. Or cross them. Just a real good release of the neck. Upside down. Fix my shirt here. Good work, guys. And you're going to really dig those heels into the ground. Push and roll all the way up. Roll your shoulders back. Really close to done right now. Rolling big. 2, 3, 4, 5. And you're going to reach up. And if you can, go on your toes and down. That sunshine thing from yoga again. And reach forward. And one last time. As you can see, like the movement has gotten a little bit faster, right? Good, and release. One last thing. We're going to roll down all the way the best you can. Take a moment to pause. Look up. Look right. Look left. Circle. Carefully. And circle the other way, of course. Sorry, I was getting excited. And heels down. And roll up. Take a minute to just shake it out. Feel your body. Really good job. That was 15 minutes of movement. If you want, you can come together. I like to just kind of feel where I'm at. Like, is there anything else I need to wiggle out? But you should feel, right now, you should feel really stretched out, really like warm and gooey, not like tense. That was the whole goal of this movement. So that was my wake up movement. I hope you loved it. And we are excited to have you here on Patreon. See you soon. Bye, guys.